folks, I have a wonderful guest. I have Dr. John Tantillo, different kind of doctor. John is a PhD, he's nationally known branding and marketing expert, and actually a little interesting insight. He's actually responsible for coining the name The O'Reilly Factor for Bill O'Reilly's show. He's the one that created that brand name for Bill O'Reilly. He received his doctorate in applied research psychology from Hofstra University and is presently an opinion columnist for Newsmax, where his column, The Marketing and Branding Lens, analyzes the topics of the day using these two essential disciplines. He can be seen every Wednesday on Newsmax at 12:50 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. He's worked on national and local campaigns, where his work as an art director, creative officer has won him many industry awards. John, welcome to the Leslie Marshall Show.
Well, thank you, Mo. And let me tell you, just hearing you state, which is my mantra, where we could have non-emotional discussion, where we can listen to the other side and dialogue as opposed to screaming and yelling. And when I met you the other day, I said, I got to meet this guy because you're so genuine and you make it so easy. And enough said.
Well, that is very kind of you to say, John. I felt the same way about you, and I can't wait for our listeners to learn more about you today. But just as importantly, I want them to learn from you. We're going to go for about a minute here before we take a break, and then I'm going to have you back, okay? So don't go anywhere
Not
at the break. So the first question I have for you, because I thought when you shared this with me, it really intrigued me. You said to me the difference between branding and marketing versus communication and messaging. Can you just start there and help us understand the distinction between that?
When you talk about communications and messaging, you're basically you're starting from the candidate themselves, okay? How am I going to get this message that I want out to the public?
John, can you hold there, and let's pick it up right there in just a few minutes.
Right.
My name is Ruth Lucy. I'm a retailer and at facebook.com/offkiltershow.
Welcome back. We're talking to Dr. John Tantillo, the marketing doctor. By the way, John, before we get back to that subject, I want to point out to folks that you have a book that's very popular out on the marketplace called People Buy Brands, Not Companies, and a little birdie told me you have another book coming out in the fall, and I can't wait to read that one.
Are you ready, Mo, for the title?
Give me the title. Here's a good chance.
People buy candidates, not parties.
Perfect segue. Perfect segue to get back on our topic, right? Because what I wanted to learn from you was you contend that campaigns and candidates need to be focused on branding and marketing the candidate rather than focusing so strongly on communications and strategy. Can you elaborate on that?
I certainly can, because marketing addresses the question, what our customer needs, or in this case, what our voter needs. What is it that people or voters want in their candidates? Obama knew it, and Trump knew it, and that was the magic. And if I can be so bold, President Obama was great at resonating a message and delivering that message with eloquence, while Trump, what he does is he connects and resonates with the man and woman on the street. That drives journalists and those who are more used to more what I would call literary references, more common phrases that mean something to the audience he addresses. And to give you an example of that, my dear friend Colleen, well, I'm a blue-collar guy, okay? My father worked, was a union guy at Pan American Airlines. And Colleen said to me, you know, John, Trump talks like our parents, like our fathers. And I said, yes, he does. I said, I don't know if I should say that or not. But and then when I say that to my Democratic friends, their eyes do twirls and they roll their eyes and say to me, you know, how can you say that? I said, but it's true. It doesn't come off as eloquent as President Obama's words, but they come out as sincere. Whether or not you agree with that or not, that's something else. So
right, and John, so let me make sure I understand you. Are you, because I think we're in agreement on something. Clearly, I am not a fan of Donald Trump, but what I agree with you on is, when you're using this comparison to Barack Obama in this messaging and their branding of themselves, I think what I hear you saying is that the key to a successful campaign and candidacy is knowing your audience and understanding your audience. Is that right? Okay.
I have a saying, okay, and it's very, very, it describes what branding is all about. You can't sell meat to vegans. No matter how you try, right, it's not going to work. And I say this on my Facebook page. You're never going to like Trump, and that's okay. I get it. I'm not here to persuade you, but you got to understand. But see, if you're going to confront the president, okay, what you got to do is be objective and say, what is it that he is weakest on? And confront them on that, not for it to be an emotional attack where his followers or his supporters are going to feel alienated. And see, the beauty of you understand that.
Well, that's kind of you to say. I actually agree with you on something, and this is something I'd like to say to my fellow progressives and Democrats. And you just made an excellent opportunity to share this thought with folks. The way you win campaigns is that you convince people to vote for your candidate, right?
That's right.
And so when you want to convince people to vote for your candidate, the only way we're going to do that is to appeal to people who don't already support them.
Oh,
and
yes.
Right? And so we have to understand who that is, what the psychology is in the reason that they oppose you right now, and then try to help find a way into their psyche and into what motivates them and what triggers them, so that they can actually change their mind. Is that a fair assessment?
That's a fair assessment. And here's a concept of marketing. And by the way, you guys, the Democrats, I'm not independent. They think I'm Republican. That is not true. I'm an independent.
We love independence, and you know what? And we welcome you on the Democratic side anytime you want to come over, John.
Well, I was there. I was a liberal Democrat. I worked for Cliff Wilson, and he was the local assemblyman. I was his chief of staff. So I did all of that. So anyway, the point I like to make is that marketing is not about you. It's about your customer or the voter. And if you can understand that, and the Democrats did that in the midterms, and then they did something crazy, and I'm not going to even go to the I word, but and that was healthcare. If the Democrats would have held to script, and no pun intended, and would have done the healthcare thing, I think they would have been unbeatable. But that's another question.
That is absolutely a very fair assessment, I think, and insight, frankly. And I hope people are listening to us on the Democratic side. And John, I can't thank you enough for being with me and being with us, sharing your expertise and your insight. I hope that we get to spend time again together soon. And anytime I'm on the show, you're always welcome back.
Oh, well, thank you so much. It's really a pleasure.
We look forward to your book in the September.
Okay, very good.
Thank you, John.